Hey everyone, think we can take these two pieces of somewhat mediocre hobby store stone jewelry thingies and turn them into something decent? Well, let's find out.
I find a stone and take it home and polish it and hope it shines, and also there's a chicken.
Hey everyone, this is Clayton, and well, I got two pieces of jewelry here from the clearance bin of a major national hobby store. You get the picture. It's one of those hobby stores, and it's on clearance. So I was at the place with my mom, and she found these. And well, first off, she found this, and she's like, "That's nice, but it's kind of not nice." And I had to agree. I mean, it's nice for $3.37. Yeah, it's nice. Piece of agate, very somewhat cheap setting, not a bad looking piece of stone. And this was, well, we'll get to this first. Mom says, "Hey, could you make this look better?" And I'm thinking, sure. So I took it and threw it away. Well, that wasn't what she was looking for. So seriously though, I'm like, yeah, I can make this look better. I could cut that. You see, it's faceted, and well, anyway, she said, "Can you make that look better?" And I'm like, yeah, I can do that. And she's like, "I'd like to have a set of earrings to go with it." So went over into the stones on strings that they sell, and we came across this, which matches it fairly well. I mean, it's about the same color of agate. It got some lines going through it. And I'm like, yeah, I could probably make earrings out of that. So that's my quest for today. Turning this into something decent and turning this into earrings. So, well, the first thing we're going to do is yank that off of there and in the bin. And the rest of this, well, this is all going to come off of here too. Now, I got pliers here. So there we go. Get the pliers of destiny out here. And oh wow, oh good grief, look at that. Is that even metal? I don't know. Look, it's white. Is it plastic with metal coloring on it? What the heck is this? It seems to bend, but what is that? Oh my gosh. It's like the cheapest metal in the there must be so much zinc in this stuff that oh my gosh, I can bend that with my fingers. I shouldn't be able to really grab a hold of a bale like that. I mean, $3.37. Okay? So, like, see if I can get this thing off there. I'm in no way cutting down the stuff that they're selling there. I mean, this is, gobbledygook that's made in, ah, made, what in the world? Why can't I get that off of there? Okay, let me see. I mean, nickel free? Hmm. They got all kinds of stuff in there. I don't know. But, we got something here that's, whatever this metal is, in this whole thing, made in China, fabriqué in Chine. So it's made in China and written in French. So I don't know. Hey, I'm not cutting down something made in China. I mean, this is mass produced to be inexpensive. It's not, well, it's, oh, that's, okay, let me see what we got here. Wow, that's really, oh, I didn't know my fingers were so strong. I mean, it doesn't have to, like, be able to hold down a 40 ton, a 40 ton backhoe or anything. But, okay, here we go. Wow, they didn't even bother cleaning the, wow, look at that. Didn't even bother taking the tool marks out of the edge that's going to be hidden. Wow. So they just, well, hey, you got to admit, they have it figured out to the least amount of work they have to do to cover up all the bad looking parts of the stone. I mean, that's somebody who spent a long time figuring out how much they don't have to do. And seriously, that would, not finishing this off would probably save them. Well, that would probably let them get maybe 20 or 30 more done a day, which is actually pretty good business practice. I mean, if you're going to take 8-year-olds chained to a table for 16 hours a day, 8 days a week, you got to make as much money as possible. Anyway, let's get rid of this before it makes me sick. There. And this, maybe, should I keep this so I can make fun of it some more? We'll just stick it over here. Oh, wow, we got probably lead in that. I'm going to get lead poisoning. All right, let's see what we have now. We've got actually a fairly nice piece of agate. I mean, it's got some nice, the blue stick of destiny. We've got some these crystals in here, which is very nice, to be honest. Got contrasts here, but I just don't like when they facet something like this. I mean, a faceted cabochon is sort of like redundant. You're going to make a cabochon or you're going to facet it. The back of this thing doesn't look too bad. There's some serious nicks in there, though. But then the back, oh, wow. We're getting rainstorms here, and it's just start dumping on the roof. Rain, dumping rain. But I don't know if I can. That's a heck of a divot. You can see that there. Look at that. That's a good. Man, that's probably 1/8 of an inch deep. So I'm going to have to be careful about this edge. If I don't, I'm going to have to cut that down like the whole way to here, and that's going to take that off about this far. It's going to reshape that whole thing. Let me see. Since this is for my mom, I want to make this look as nice as possible. I mean, not that I don't make everything look as nice as possible. So if I was to reshape that way, take that out of the back, I may not even have to do that. But that's going to be probably in there that far. That's going to reshape that. I don't know. We'll have to see what it looks like. And, I'm thinking here. You can tell. Put this back. But that's about what we got. I might be able to take that over onto the wheel and take some of the, reshape this dome without dopping it. But I'm probably going to have to dop it first. I mean, that would be much better. Considering that it's already shaped, all I'm going to do is be basically refinishing the face of it. I think we'll just dop it and work it that way. Hope I have a big enough dop stick for that. Hey, we'll make one if we don't. All right, so let's look at the earring part. Let's set this right here. Don't think I'll need the pliers of destiny anymore. Get rid of that too. What I'm thinking, get the blue pointy stick here. Okay, what I'm thinking, there's no way I could make see, these are those stones on strings, which, by the way, you can find some really nice stones on strings in those craft shops. Okay, we've got, we got all these lines going through here. I'd like to keep some of the lines on each earring. So what I think I'm going to do is cut this in half. Yeah, cut that in half that way. Right down this. I better mark this before I forget about it. because what I got here, I got some nice lines here, and on the other side I actually have some lines going across. But that seems like those facets have the most crossing lines on it. So, okay, there's that. So what I can do is cut this. Ooh, that's so smooth. It's not letting the Sharpie. Look at that. Sharpie's like wiping off. I got blue on me. Yeah, oh, good God! Don't lick your finger when you got blue Sharpie on there. That tastes horrible. Good grief. Okay, so here, look at that just beating up on there. That's some seriously. It's probably got wax or something on it. No, at least it dries. It dries and don't come off. I'm gonna drop it on my shirt. Oh. So thinking what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna cut this off right down the middle, and then it'll give me these two halves, and that would be way too big for an earring, you know, because it's a fairly hefty stone. So what I'm thinking, I'll end up cutting this in half, maybe not quite half, maybe a little bit 3/4, in the same way with this. Yeah, I believe so. First off, you know, before I even dop this thing, I'm going to take this over in the saw and I'm going to cut it in half and then see what we got. So I shall be right back. Alrighty, I'm back. And got a pretty nice cut. Oh, we got a little nick on there. But got a pretty nice cut there. See, that turned out pretty nice. So if we're looking at this, we've got, oh, where's the center? There's the center. So we would have a pendant in the center and two earrings. And that actually may not be too bad. Let's see. Wait a minute. Here we got the, oh, this thing. Get this off of here. Get these stupid twisty ties. It's like a Christmas nightmare. Every parent's Christmas nightmare, those stupid twist ties. The only thing that's worse is those tiny screws that they put in that you can't get a screwdriver small enough to take out. Okay, so we have a pendant and two earrings. I think that would look nice. Maybe, oh, no. You know, if we would make the earrings maybe the same shape as the pendant, you know, I might just leave these long like that. We've got this groove down the center. I did a pretty good job, pat myself on the back, of cutting that. But I might want to take that out of there so we can cut down on the size of these things. I can make a long teardrop shape out of these. That might not be too bad. So I think that's what we're going to do. I'm going to dop this stone, and I might have to do some pre-shaping on the wheel with these two and try to get that groove out of the back. I don't know if it would make a major problem, but I'll see if I can get some of that out of there, and that'll cut down on some of the size of the stone, weight of the stones. All right, so I'm going to go over now and do some cutting on these, and then I shall be back in a moment. All right, be right back. Alrighty, I'm back, and as you see, I got these two earrings rough shape. I can't move them. I got these cut into the rough shape, or shaped down into the rough, roughly shaped. Anyhow, they're ready to go on a stick, and they're a lot lighter than they were before. Still may have to take some more off the back, but the weight has gone down a tremendous amount, which is good. And I also got, whoop, wrong way, got this one put onto a stick, and looks pretty good. Of course it looks good, it's just on a stick. So it looks the same way it did before, but it'll look a lot better when I cut it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to put both of these on sticks, separate stick, of course. I don't think I could put them like that and cut. No, forget that. Oh, I'm going to cut this one, put these on sticks, and cut them, and then I'll be back. Okay, don't move. Okay, I am back, and as you can see, they're all dopped and cut. Well, here, let me wipe them off a little bit. Got water dripping. Don't need water drippings. Alright, let's start with these. Okay. Oh, they're uneven. How can we do with uneven dopsticks? Anyway, got these both dopped. Both dopped and basically cut into shape. As you can see, they don't look too bad. This agate is really, really tough. Either it's really tough or my diamond blade is really getting worn down, and I'm actually thinking the diamond blade's getting worn down. And I also cut the big one. And I think it looks 10 times better already just without those facets on there. Let me see. Let me just dampen this a little bit and get an idea of the color. Looks like it's pretty. It's got some grays and browns and blues in there and this crystal stuff. There's a big divot in there. Not a real big divot, but I don't know if we get close enough that you can see the divot. Possibly. But still, that'll be nice. You're going to have some crystal shining in there. We didn't get rid of all of it, smooth it all off completely inside there, get it down deep enough that it's going to lose that crater. But I think that's going to make a really nice pendant. I don't think I want to take it down. It is kind of thick, but I don't think I want to take it down any thinner than that, because I believe we're going to lose some of this banding if we do, and I want to keep that contrast of colors going. So the next thing to do is we're going to have to take her onto the 500 grit and start polishing it up. So, I don't know, let's start with the big one. Let me get this all set up here. 1 minute. Okay. Alright, here we go. I can move this stuff off to the side. We don't need it anymore. Make sure it's not just agitating in the corner. Okay. I've got a brand new piece of 500 grit and new water and sprayer. We're like all set. So it's going to probably take one whole sheet to do this because this agate's pretty tough. Anyhow, there we go. Oh, not done yet. It's going to take a while. This would be a lot easier if I had some, different equipment. But like I said before, I sort of like the, ouch. I don't like the fact that my arthritis flares up on some of these. I have to watch that finger. What was I saying about? I'm going to turn off the camera and I'm going to work on this a little more, and I'll be back when something interesting happens. Oh. Now, let's see what we've got here. Oh, we've got to turn this extra light off, or I'll never be able to see anything. There, I think that's looking pretty good. A lot of goo down in there that we're going to have to clean out well. But other than that, I think we're ready for the next grade of sandpaper. So we'll set this to the side and pull up one of these babies. So might as well just get started on this. The sandpaper's getting eat up pretty bad. This shouldn't take near as long as the other one did, or that monstrosity did there. I do got some good news. Annette had gone to the doctor just recently, and she was having trouble with kicking at night. Her legs would just flail around and she would kick the crap out of me, like all night long. And I actually got completely disgusted with it the one night and got the camera out and filmed how her leg moved, how her leg kicked. And there's gunk in there. We don't need gunk. And she was able to take that to the doctor and describe how the kicking was going on, because it was just not normal. I mean, she would kick every 30 seconds for 5-6 hours at a time. And I thought she was just getting back at me for all the bad things I say about her on here. But you find out that she has called periodic limb movement disorder. And it's treatable. It's treatable, people. So he said there's lots of medications you can give for it, and he gave her the most common medication, lowest dosage, and she's been, I mean, the first night that she took the pill, she didn't kick. I was amazed. It's like, my God, my legs won't have bruises anymore. And then I did feel bad because I thought she was just doing it to get back at me for, oh, like I said, the bad things. And then she actually has this disorder. And you know, if you have this periodic limb movement disorder, what it does is it keeps you from getting into deep sleep, so you don't get any rest. So the longer you go without rest, the more zombified you become during the day. And you know, it's actually a pretty serious thing. And you know, it's great now. She's on this medication she takes an hour before she goes to bed, and she doesn't kick. However, the medication allows her to get into a deep sleep. So since she got her sinuses rooted out about 2 months ago, now that she gets into a deep sleep, it's like a straight shot from the bottom part of her lungs straight up to her nose, and the snoring has increased exponentially. I mean, there's nothing there in the sinuses to block the sound or the airflow. So it's like a whole fleet of Harley Davidsons starting at the same time in a valley, a quiet valley. I mean, if you remember me saying about her snoring the siding off the neighbor's house a while back, well, in 2 nights, she didn't just snore the siding off the house anymore because they put that up with some type of really strong epoxy glue, I think. But she snored the house 3 inches off its foundation. So I'm glad that she's not kicking me, but the neighbor's not glad that he had to pull a crane in there to get his house set back on the foundation properly. So I'm not sure what we're going to do about it. I mean, we just have to, like, screw the windows down shut so they don't rattle, and maybe put some type of mining belt on that side of the house facing the neighbors, so that the sound doesn't get through, or shockwave or whatever. Now, let's see what we got going here. Oh, that's coming along fairly nicely. Looks like I have a facet right on the top here. I'm really going to have to work on taking that out. I don't know how I missed that. May have to go back over to the wheel and redo that, but maybe I could just get Annette to snore at it for a minute. I hope she doesn't see this one. I'm not going to tell her when I upload it. No. I think I'm going to turn this camera off until I get these done, and I shall be right back. Okay, everyone. I'm back, and these 3 pieces are cut and polished. Yes. I went ahead and after I got done with 1,000 grit, I went straight to the polishing, because after I was having a little bit of problems, one would say. After I re-dopped this one, I went back and started working. Oh, I'm not sure if it was this one or this one, but I went back, started working the stone, and it fell off the dop stick again. So I re-dopped it and went to work on the one that I had re-dopped, and it fell off the dop stick. So I re-dopped that and went to work this some more, and I got it worked, and when I came back to one of these, the dop stick broke. Dude, they get the point, all right? I got to find something for him to do. Really? And where was I? Anyhow, after all that craziness went down, and I finally got sticks that weren't breaking and stones that weren't flying off, I got them all worked and went straight to the cerium oxide, polished it up, and here we go. So this is what we got for earrings. I think they look pretty darn nice. Oh, God. Alright, I'm going to try this again. Okay, here's what we got. I think they look pretty nice. You know, they're nice and shiny, but agate polishes up really nice. And compared to what these looked like before, I think this is much, much nicer. And this piece, I mean, there is no question. Faceting a piece of agate like this, I just think it does the stone an injustice. Because this is seriously, seriously beautiful this way. I mean, the back, I polished it a little bit. I didn't bother taking that big chunk out of there, because that would have cut just way too much. I would have cut that down about to there. And I didn't think I was losing too much of the stone. I didn't like that. But what we have there now is a much nicer. Anyway, this is what we got, and it's going to, if you can picture the set, here like this, the necklace, and then the two dangly earrings. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take these, and I'm going to drill these. And then I will be back after I get these drilled and the bales and stuff put on them. So don't go away. I'll be right back. Oh yeah. Okay, I'm back. And here's what we got. So I drilled them and repolished them a little bit, drilled them out, and put the all the accoutrements on it, the bale and the earring thingies. And here's what we got here. This is the bale that I put on most of the necklaces that I make. Because, well, I like it, and I think it looks good. And I used the silver wire, and silver goes with just about everything. But compared to what this looked like before, I think this is actually pretty fabulous, to be honest. So okay. Here are the earrings. It's got a standard old earring thingy on there. So here's what they look like. But compared to what these looked like beforehand, considering this was a faceted stone, and a lot of times I don't like faceted. Quite often on stones like this, faceting does not bring out the beauty of the stone as well as a cabochon does. I mean, you can look back and judge for yourself whether you like it faceted better or like it like this better. But it's all personal preference. My personal preference is I don't like this type of stone faceted. And to be honest, I think this is a gorgeous set, and I'm tickled with it. So this is definitely, like a smiley face there, a win. So if you like the video, hit that button down there, subscribe, and I'll be making more videos where I take jewelry that's not quite good and try to make it into something better. So thanks for spending some time with me, and have a good evening.